There's e-stops on both sides. If you hit an e-stop, you get a red indicator light up here, and you get several things. You get a flashing power indicator because you killed the power, and you simply get an error right here, or a fault, telling you that the e-stop was pushed. You can't restore this until you twist the e-stop to let it back out. And it could be the other side that's been pushed. Once that's done, you can push power, and then the next flashing light is start, and this machine's back ready. You have to clear your phone out of the way, and you're good. No more red indicator light, okay? Obviously, just like everything over there, red's bad, green's good, okay? The amber light on these means that you're low on strap. Doesn't mean that you're out of strap, but you're low, get ready. When it does run out of strap, it will spit out what's left, and then stop or go to bypass, depending on the program, okay? Now what I'd like to do is cover the main power. Normally, when it's off, it's straight up and down, which shows a 0. When it's in this mode, you see a 1, and it's on. Once you turn it from off to on, it'll take about 2 minutes for both the touchscreen and the PLC to boot up. When it's all done, you'll come to this screen. No matter what you do, if you leave it long enough, it will default back to this screen, which is the main screen. So I've already showed you the power and the start. Okay. Power just puts the master control relay in and lets the machine have power for all functions. Start checks to see if there's strap in the machine. If there's not, it would have kicked on and fed strap, or it would have errored out and told you in plain English, no strap inside, would have told you what to do, okay? So what I want to do is, this knob here is pretty simple. You read what it says right there, it's just your tension control. So the higher the number, the more tension you get, the lower, and you can adjust at any time on the fly, no matter what situation.
So if you've got a thin book and the thing's curling it, you can just back that off.
You can. Now there's more to that, and we'll get into it when we cover all these buttons, but basically that's how much tension you got. There is a button called soft tension for if you just got something really light, you just go to soft tension and don't have to change this, okay? Now, this button right here ejects your strap. So if you push it and hold it, go ahead, and when it starts spitting strap out, let go. And that's strap eject. We've ejected all of our straps. And if you have like a long weekend or something, you should do that. Because you can see how the strap has formed memory from just sitting in there. It always will. And if the longer you leave it in there, the more it's going to conform. Now if you would, take this piece of strap, now feed it into this hole until it stops, so you can't feed anymore. It'll take several inches. Push in and it'll go.
Cooperating. There we go.
There you go.
Couldn't find it.
Did it stop?
Yes.
You got plenty to work with. If not, push this button and pull more off the coil. There you go. That's plenty. Now that you've hit the stop, press that lever and hold it and put another inch or two in.
Press this lever and hold it.
Yeah. And feed more strap. That's good. Basically, you've got two pinch rollers that are feeding strap. Pressing the lever opens them and inserts strap between. So a couple inches, you're extended past. Now, the buttons that are flashing, you can hit either one, and it will feed the strap into the machine. All right, all done.
Which is also the same thing you do when you change roll.
Yes. And have you guys changed the roll on a Mosca machine before?
Not this style.
Well, they're all the same. All Mosca machines are the same. You turn this 180 counterclockwise.
Oh, that part. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you're familiar, I'm not going to pull it off. There's some chance you can dump that coil of straps. You know, don't want to do that at the moment if I can help it. We'll get this out of our way for the moment. All right. Now that we've fed our strap in, this is simply the sensor that tells us when we're low on strap. We got to go to these buttons to go through the rest of this. Now, strap cutoff. We fed strap all the way around the track. If you push cutoff, go ahead. Your strap track will open in here and allowing you access to your strap. And you look down in this way, right down in here, you'll be able to see strap in there. See how I just push my finger down in until I can push the strap to make it flex. Now hold on to that. Pull a little bit out of the machine. And you're just feeling the drag of the DC motors. Anytime you've had a jam or something, you want to pull some out. If it's stuck and it won't pull, get maintenance. Because if you cut this off when it's stuck, you might have cut off what they needed to work with, you know? So now that it pulls out, just hit either one of those buttons. Doesn't matter. And now one quick thing, had you hit cut off, it would have cut off the strap, but it wouldn't have fed until you hit start. If you hit start, it cuts off and repeats. Okay? So, not that big of a deal. All right, so if you look up here, you can see that we're in manual mode, the hand symbol. If you push cycle, it'll strap, it'll bundle. Go ahead. It's strapped, but unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on which way you want to go, a piece of strap fell down in there. I can't get it. So let's try to reset this machine. And we'll strap it. There we go. And it makes donuts. Okay. That's the smallest thing you can strap. Okay? So obviously, had you had a book or anything else in there, you would have strapped that. But in manual mode, the conveyor belt's not loose, so you would have had to replace it, right? There are faults, and you just hit the X, just like in Windows, to clear a fault. All right, that covers all of the lower buttons. Right here we have timers, the clock symbol. The top one is strap position. Because what we're doing is we're moving the conveyor belts at a particular speed, which is adjustable. And then we have so much time before we hit the back stops, and then we want to stop and strap. So you're timing it to hit, stop, strap. And in reality, we want to stop just before we hit them and let it slide in there. If you hit too hard, it'll bounce back, right? And to do this, just touch the flashing numbers there. I have the same problem quite often.
Okay.
Now you can see your number. What is that?
35.
All right, and it's
3.35.
If you make the mistake of putting in 3.5, it's going to wait 35 seconds before it straps. All the internal watchdog timers will time out. And it'll say, hey, something's wrong, and it'll spit that book out without having strapped it at all and fault. So it's 0.35. So if you need more time, you just punch in 0.39, 0.4, 0.45, whatever you want, and then check it. If that's too much, try it again. And you can change that on the fly anytime. So in this case, just hit enter, and you keep the same thing. All right, we have two other things here.